Well, greetings everybody and welcome to Calizari System Survival episode 12. Now, if you recall last episode we were starting to clean up that pirate base over there, the one that we took out right very early in the system, in the stream. However, rather than going back and continuing to clean that up, which is quite frankly very boring for you the viewer, just watching me grind things down, I thought we might actually start building a space vessel. A vessel that will actually eventually launch us up there into space, so we can start exploring the other planets in this system. And now, we certainly won't cover this and get this built all in this episode, but I figured we'd start laying the groundwork now. I mean, we do have another pirate base to take care of on this planet first. This regional headquarters over here, which as I've alluded to and I know from experience is going to be very, very tough to take out. But as long as we don't encroach upon that 19 kilometre range, come on, hurry up and take me out. Yeah, be quiet. As long as we don't encroach upon that 19 kilometre distance range, which seems to be the limit for that base, then it can happily sit over there for the moment whilst we start laying the foundations for our new spaceship. So let's just grab some steel plate. I'll grab 100 of those, and we'll grab some interior plate just for the other components that need interior plate, not steel. And we better decide where we're actually going to start building this thing. Now I'm thinking over here is probably our best bet. It's certainly out of range and there's a lot of nice flat area here for it. Now, of course, like any ship that you would actually build within Space Engineers, we need to really start with some landing gear to give us a nice stable platform to work with. So let's just see, do we have anything here? Ah, yes we do. We've built a small, we built mule, so we've got the basic still of mule here. So let's just make sure we've got it the right way around. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's put that front that way. No, we don't want to snap you onto the ground plane itself. We'll just put you there like that. Yeah, we will have to actually build this one fully, which we're going to... Oh, okay, we need more steel plate. Construction components, large tubes and motors. Alright, so in this case we'll grab a couple hundred of those. Construction components, large tubes and motors. Oh dear, go away. And motors, there we go. Let's see if that will be enough for us. Now, I will be honest, I have got... Oh, and it's still around the wrong way. Would you look at that? I don't have the room to be able to grind it back down either. Now I think we do. No. Thank you. That's what we want. Now, I don't actually have any plans at this stage as to what the design of this particular ship will be. We'll just wing it as we go, pretty much. Okay, 5. Yep, that's the way we want you. About there somewhere. And we are locked. Superb. Now, of course, I could have started with just a small ship to get us up there, but I figured, well, let's build a small size, large ship that will give us something that we can actually work with and potentially take to the other planets in the system as well. We've got another planet over there, we've got the moon here. There we go, thank you, hurry up. So we've got Mars over there, we've got the Moon up here, and we've got another planet way over there. So we've got a few planets we can go to. So if we can build a single ship that will actually get to all of those. Oh, wrong way. Then that will certainly help us out. Now I need... what do I have in the way of steel plate still? 90. So enough for 3. Now this is going to be a very, very basic ship. There's nothing going to be special about it. In fact, it most likely will be just completely open to space. There will be no airtight capabilities of this particular ship, I don't think, at this stage. Although I'm still tossing this up. I mean, as I just said, building a large ship so we can go to the other planets. Do we really want to do that first up at this stage? Before we get too far along, this is where we need to actually make a decision on this. So we could use a small ship with a jump. Can we put a jump engine in a small ship? Honestly, I've quite forgotten about whether that is possible. Close. Let's just have a look. Jump engines. Is it possible to add you? Alright, small ships can't have jump engines. Alright, so jump engines are no good to us. So we can't go to the other planets. We can go to the moon potentially in a small ship. It's on average is between 200 and 300 kilometers, so it's not that far away and therefore quite viable with a small ship. But in order to go further than that, you would actually need a large ship, which is exactly what we've started over here. And that would at least allow us to put a jump engine on it. It's going to have to be hydrogen powered to basically get us off the planet. Atmospherics initially, then hydrogen to get us through the upper atmosphere. Ion once we hit space. So it's going to need all 3. So yes, it's going to need all 3 types of engines. Just go away, there we go. So it's not going to be a small build. In fact, we might leave a lot of it just as framework because I don't really want to waste the resources in building it up into a full ship. We do need some more steel, however. Let's just grab that. Now we'll put the cockpit up the front here, so we will... No, that's not what I want. That's what I want. So we'll actually build this up because our cockpit is actually going to go right up the front here. Yes, it's actually, just... Whilst I hadn't actually stated, yes, that this front landing gear is actually going to be the front of the ship, so that there, right there, in fact, give us our cockpit. We'll just have to take plenty of oxygen canisters with us to make sure that we can actually breathe for a sufficient. Although if it's got a cargo capacity, then we'll stick some extras in there, put an oxygen generator in there, and that way we can actually recharge our oxygen canisters. So that will be good. Okay, we want computers. I've forgotten what the other component we needed was. Thought we had everything. Displays, I think. I'm absolutely wrong. I will tongue-in-cheek apologise. I've been drinking this evening. Okay, it was displays. Our drink of choice is Captain Morgan's Spiced Rum, and I'm feeling rather merry. It's probably a nice word for it. Getting 100 of those. So if you make some poor decisions and you know exactly what to blame, yes, me, not the rum. The rum has nothing to do with this other than it's making me feel rather light-headed and pleasant. 3, that's what, no, we want to weld it. There we go. Alright, so we have our cockpit, our pilot seat, our flight seat. We have a start. And yeah, we'll need that as well, so switch lock. At this stage it'll be the only one. Hang on, why did that bring up Gatlings? I've got no Gatlings on this grid. Anyway. Alright, now where are we going to put our hydrogen engines? Are we going to put them at the back and shoot it forward, so have to face upwards? Or are we going to put it underneath and just shoot upwards? I think we'll put it at the back, actually. Let's make it like a conventional ship where the main thrusters are actually at the back of the ship, so we're going to have to face it upright and then thrust, as opposed to just lifting off the ground and thrusting upwards. Okay, so need to put some more. That's not what we want. That's what we want. Now they're 3x3s, aren't they? Okay, actually I think we're going to have to clean up our toolbars here so we can actually put relevant tools on it. I know some of those are relevant, but we'll replace them. We've got that, we don't need it. We do need a reactor. Or do we need that big one? Maybe we'll just get away with a small one. A couple of small ones actually. And a couple of batteries just to offset them. We want all 3 of these. We'll put an antenna array as well. What else do we want? We want a connector, conveyors, hydrogen tank, definitely, oxygen generators, definitely, and jump drives. I think that's the basics of what we need. We've just now got to figure out how to pack it all within this. Yeah, that'll be fun. No, wrong way. Here we go. Now, hydro tank, where are you, hydro tank? There you are. Do we want to do it that way? Tempting, very, very tempting. Although I think we'll put conveyor in here first. Yeah, we're going to put our major thrust out the back. There we go, we'll put you there. 6. We'll put you there. Oh, I like this. Actually, I like this. One thing we don't notice we have forgot to put in our list here is gyroscopes. So we'll put gyroscopes in here and we'll put 2 of you solders in here on either side, like that. just realised we haven't put room for our jump drive in here. So we need to get rid of you. And you. And you. Fine then. We need another. We need these guys. A 2x1 slope. That's better. Now we can put a jump drive there, I think. 4. Oi. No. That way? If we go long ways, or we can go that ways. No, we need to put you down. Like that, I think. Yes, I'm liking the look of this. Welcome to those that are viewing. Hope you enjoy watching me. I was going to say make a fool of myself, but no, not really. Have fun playing Star Citizen on this particular map. Now we will need... Oh, did I say Star Citizen again? Oh, okay. I just got corrected. This is actually Space Engineers, not Star Citizen. What am I talking about? Alright. Hey, that I will blame the Captain Morgans on. And he will rightfully take the blame for that. Okay, jump drive followed by hydrogen tank. We're actually going to stick our oxygen generators on our single connector in the middle here. I'm not going to put any other facilities on here, like I'm not going to put any no, I'm not going to say that too early because I might change my mind as I'm designing this. Refineries and so on. We won't make a declaration like that at this stage. 6 big. There's our big booster. That will get us into space, I hope. Well, I think it should. Oxygen generators, 7. Now we will put you on the sides, like so. And we'll put 2 of you in here. Just to be certain that we've got sufficient. Oh, look at that, that just was way off mark. Okay, this is going to be a fun stream by the looks of this. Let's try that. There we go, that's centered now. Yes, that's better. So we have jump drive followed by oxygen generators followed by hydrogen tank and thruster. We will put up, down, left and right off those points there. In fact, we will do that right this moment. 6, small. Since hydrogen is not going to be our primary thruster source, well actually probably will be. I don't think we've got enough platinum to generate ion thrusters, or at least too many of them. But atmospherics is going to be our primaries for on planet here and getting us off the ground. There we go, that one there. Let's put you as far forward as possible. And then we'll put you back there. That'll get us up. What about going forward? No, we'll stick that up on top here. This is going to be one ugly ship. Slowing down? No, we're not thinking about slowing down at this stage. It's all go forward. Slowing down would be small thrusters, I think, on the sides of these ones. Yes. No, not forwards, backwards. There we go, that one there. This is going to take a lot of motors. I know for a fact that these take huge amounts of motors. I mean, these small ones take 113 motors straight up. So, we're going to have fun building this. We'll put 4 lots on each side, so that's 8 small thrusters, just so that we can slow ourselves up. Hey, Captain Morgan's is having a lot of say in this, so it's going to be at least a very creative vessel. Ion thrusters are actually a thing of the past. I don't think we're going to have enough platinum to be able to generate enough ion thrusters on this beast. So it's atmospherics and hydrogen. Once we get into space, it would be hydrogen until we can find some platinum up there. I should have probably put a cargo container in here. In fact, I think we do have the room to do so. Oh, hang on, we don't have reactors yet, do we? Ah, we've got the perfect spot for them. You put you here and here. That's 2 reactors, and then down underneath here we will put, oh excuse me, there, you and you. Alright, there's power plants. Probably should weld some of this up just to be sure it's actually welded. It must stay framework though. There we go, look at that. Of course, there's also an equally big chance that this will not actually fly properly and won't actually get us off the ground, and we'll just collapse in a heap once we actually disengage our landing gear. But hey, even that's going to be fun. Alright. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I will admit this is the ugliest looking ship I've actually put together. I'll try at least try and make things look aesthetic. Although that said, let's just rephrase that. What I just said. It's going to be the most unique looking ship. I actually have not thought about making a small grid style ship in a large grid variant, which is pretty much what we've got here. So this is going to be very, very interesting, considering it's got a jump drive, hydrogen thrusters, and atmospherics. We're going to need some cargo to be able to store additional ice, certain of it. potentially tap into it off the side here. Oh, we can actually do that. Off the side there, we can potentially tap in a conveyor to plug a cargo canister in the side there. Probably one on each side, actually. Yeah, it's still plating in. You know, I'm suspecting that Keen have actually fixed the frequency of meteor showers or meteor storms, because since the recent update 1.181.6, I have noticed that the frequency of meteor storms is greatly reduced, which I will admit I am very thankful for. I was finding the frequency of the storms prior to that to be excessively high for just what they could consider normal. Let's just grab 30, 40 of those. So it looks like they've actually finally toned them down. It's the first time I've actually noticed it, actually. I've played a couple of my other games under the new version, and now that I'm actually thinking about it, I do realise that I was not seeing storms anywhere near as often on those games as well. So that seems to be pretty good. Right, now we need conveyor again. We'll split you there and stick a little angle in there. We'll conveyor everything up. Why not? Come on. Thank you. Excellent. And we need motors. What the heck, that'll do. Well and truly more motors than what we need, but that's cool. And we're out of components there, but we'll go and fix them up in a second. Although we don't have enough for these as well now, do we? Small tubes and construction components. Yes, I should have thought of those. Oh, I'm getting low on hydrogen. Small tubes, construction components. Oh. Really? Really? Look at that. Okay. That was very interesting. I thought at least must have only had about 1 or 2% of hydrogen left in the tank. Not enough to actually do anything more than drain the tank and then drop us out of the sky. Okay. That's no dramas. We've got tons of hydrogen. We will need to see about setting up that mining base over on our ice plateau, our ice lake. There's a storm. But for now, we'll get this to recharge them. Do that again. Oh my goodness. Fine. I think that pulled it back actually. Okay. That worked. it's only like the second meteor storm we've had this session so far, which is pretty good. It's been over half an hour. We've only had one other meteor storm prior to this, so I do believe that the latest minor update may have actually fixed the frequency. I'm hoping it fixed the frequency. What are we out of? We're out of those. I think we're out of... No? Okay. Because yes, I as I said before, I was finding that the frequency of... that's what I'm missing. The frequency of the meteor storms prior to this, getting 3 meteor storms in less than 2 minutes, I thought was a little bit excessive. So it looks like at this stage they may have toned that down, which is welcome relief. If you see this base from a distance, the whole area here is totally pockmarked with there we go, with meteor craters, even though our Gatlings here do a very good job of eliminating those that come too close to our base within the maximum range, 800 meters. Everything else, yeah, I was just saying that you wouldn't coming as often. Oh, only 3, that's not so bad, I guess. Now, we don't have metal grids or reactor components or computers. Lord Ultron, welcome. Doing well. How are you going? Very much enjoying playing Space Engineers, as I guess we all do. This particular scenario, I'm very much enjoying playing this scenario as well. And I just had a total mind blank as to actually what... Okay, we need reactor components. And computers. And I can't get enough of them. Let's just take enough for one. There we go. Ah, that was the other thing I was missing. Metal grids. Okay, well I can get them now. I have to admit, I've been thinking about building a different ship to take on our remaining pirate base. Only because I know it's going to... Oh, crumbs. I know it's going to be really a little difficult. Oh, that doesn't sound very good, Assenburgers. Filled earth. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah, platinum seems to take a little while to actually refine. I've noticed that myself. Fortunately, I don't have a hell of a lot because I'm on planet here. I've only got a few meteor strikes that have actually left a little bit behind. And that was refined some time ago, but it's not even enough to warrant... Yeah, not even enough to warrant building ion thrusters. So I'm not even going to bother with this particular large ship build. It's going to be in essence it's a small grid on a large grid scale, just for novelty's sake more than anything else. It'll get us into space, it'll get us to the nearest asteroids. It's not got any refineries on it, so it's just going to have cargo. I've got room there for 2 cargo containers. Oh, actually maybe only 1. Oh no, 2. I just have to get rid of some of those engines. And that way we can mine some of these asteroids. Used to connect a lost connection. I haven't actually seen that myself, but I have noticed that this new minor patch does seem to have introduced some new bugs as well. I've found a couple that have been quite annoying. have to admit, I'm just trying to stay focused on what I'm doing here at the moment, only because I've been I'm just not quite as focused as I normally am, and I'm having fun, but yeah, it's just drum 10 in there, and 10 in there. Oh, go away. 40 refineries, Lord Ultron? That's a lot. Yes, you're right. Standby screen is showing. Let's see if we can fix that up. That's... Come on. That should be rectified in a couple of seconds. There we go. I hate the key bindings in Open Broadcast. Even though I use key bindings on my number pad, and unfortunately, if I select physical amounts and use my standard number keys, it triggers my number pad keys as if, in OBS. Hence why the standby screen showed up. So thanks for the heads up there on Lord Ultron. Hopefully it wasn't up for too long, but I have actually noticed that. That's one. What did I select? Oh, I'll have to check my stream again as to what the hell's going on, because I tried to minimise what numbers I would actually use so that I could actually use those keys, but no, number one's out. I'm going to have to fix that. Half a minute? Oh, thanks. And at least it's better than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was nearly 5 minutes on one of my other streams, because I've actually got to display on a second PC my stream and my gameplay, and it was a couple of minutes before I realised that it was actually displaying the wrong screen, so that wasn't very nice, but I guess we get that sometimes. But I do have semiconductor components, excellent. And I don't need that many of them, but that's alright. If nothing else, this is going to be a rather unique ship. What? Oh, crumbs, what a lot. Oh, I forgot how much jump drives need. Oh, it'd be fun to build anyway. Yeah. For remote control, as long as you're within a couple of 100 meters, your character's within a couple of 100 meters, you can use your local suit antenna to communicate with it. I've noticed, as long as you've got broadcasting turned on. Once it gets outside of that 100 or 200 meter range of your actual character, then yeah, as a base antenna is probably the best to work with. That'll give you up to the well, if it's a small grid that you've got a remote control on, it'll give you up to 5K that you can actually communicate and control within. Personally, that's with a standard antenna. I find it, to me at least, I find it very impractical. I actually don't use remote controls for most of my ships, only because 5K is not enough room, not enough area. For example, I've got some designated zones over here. Okay, that iron mine is within range, 4.3k, 4.97, so that's cutting right to the limit. So once I set up those mining bases over there, sending a remote drone over there by remote control, you're risking it actually just popping out of range and all of a sudden losing access to it. Standard antenna. No, the antenna ranges based off where the actual antenna is. So if you have got it on a cargo ship and your remote drills are within 5k of that cargo ship, you should be fine. And in fact, if you have multiple antennas within, like you can have a base, and then within 50k have another antenna, and then within 5k of that have your drills, then you should still be able to communicate with your drills, because you only lose access to them if they're more than 5k from the nearest antenna in your network. If all your antennas within range, they act as one giant network. You could, as long as you put antennas or repeaters, so to speak, within the range of the large antennas, like 50k, then it's only the last one or the nearest one to your drills that your small grid that's actually got a 5k range. So it's just your ships can only go 5k from the nearest large antenna. Yeah, large grids, like a large ship like we're building over here, if I stick an antenna on that, I've actually got a 50k range on that. So a remote control unit and an antenna on this ugly beast here that we're building, I would actually be able to remote control that up to 50k from my main base here. So large grids antennas got a 50k range, small grid antenna remote control units are only got a 5k range. I learnt the hard way when it comes to ranges of antennas and remote control units. Really early in the piece, I was actually building a nice base, and I thought, oh yeah, cool, I'll send this remote drone over here to collect some ice. Actually, I needed ice for oxygenation and hydrogen generation, actually, and sent the drone off, and it got 5k out, and I lost communications with it, and I had to actually, jetpack. I didn't actually have much hydrogen, so it was very difficult for me. Very difficult to actually get and recover it, because I needed the ice to generate hydrogen to be able to recharge my hydrogen tanks. This was early in the piece when I didn't actually understand much about how the game worked, and very poor management, base management. So it took quite a struggle to actually get that drone back. I will admit I actually don't make use of the remote control unit on small grids, because of that range, because of that reason I should say. I do sometimes use them for just moving around, like cargo movements, and just use the move to GPS coordinates primarily, but that just moves to a certain location, and then I can pick it up from there either manually or remotely. Yeah, that's exactly right, Assenbergers. As I understand it, and that's from my experience as well, you could have a large ship that carries your little drone with it, and as long as that drone stays within 5k of that large ship, if that's what you're connecting to it remotely through, and that's the nearest large antenna to your small drone, then that's exactly right. As long as it stays within 5k of that large ship, you should be fine. Yeah, exactly. It's not the actual base, it's the grid that you're actually connecting through. All the antennas seem to act like a network, so if they're within range of one another, I could be here at my base, I could have a ship that's 49 kilometers away, a large ship 49 kilometers away with a large antenna on it, and then I could have a small drone that's 4 kilometers from that large ship, and I could still remote control that small drone from here at this base, because it would repeat from here to the other large grid, and then within the range of the small grid's antenna range, which is the 5K after that. Still not enough of them. Oh, and gravity gen. I forgot about needed them. Sorry, I'm spending my time drinking and talking. Okay, we want... Do we have... Where are they? We'll take... Oh, okay, that's not enough of them. That's better. Still probably not enough, but... Yeah, what do we need? Another 18 of them. Oh no, metal grids. Come back here. I almost made the mistake and hit the number key that would actually bring me back to standby. Okay, 7 more of those. Excellent, nearly there. Gravity gen 7. I probably should have remembered. Oh, can't wait. Probably should have remembered what else I needed, but I'm blaming Captain Morgan's, and I'm happily doing so. Okay, 20 detector components, and we need power cells as well. Yeah, the back and forth can be quite annoying sometimes, I will admit, especially when you've got limited carrying capacity, but look, I could, I suppose, build a welding ship, and I have to admit I did think about it, but nah, what the heck. Do we need to spend the time building a little ship to carry a larger capacity of cargo just to weld things up, when we can just fly back and forth? We've run out of hydrogen, but I've at this stage still got plenty of ice, so I can recharge my tanks. So it's not so bad. Oh dear, back and forwards, back and forwards. But I do agree, that is the biggest drawback. Yeah, in previous games I've actually built just a welder ship. It's actually been quite an advantage, especially when you're trying to weld a large grid. There was a very similar game to this. Another game I am playing, I should say. I don't stream it, but yeah, I actually built a welding ship for that, and that actually worked really well. It was actually to weld up a ironically enough, to weld up a welding ship. I'm building a space tower, components, and it was much easier for me to build a small grid welding ship to weld up the large grid welder, rather than doing all this running back and forwards, which is, as you rightly pointed out, very tedious. Conveyors and connectors, yeah, I could do that. I can actually tap into my conveyor network out through this pier here. So it'd save me having to run all the way back inside, I guess. I might have to give that one some thought. Just put a connector out there so I can access crumbs. Rather than flying all the way back in here. Hang on, we've not built any more superconductor components. components. Why not? What are we missing? Oh crap, gold. Well, let's just put a real chink in our plans. We can't actually finish this off without gold. Okay. Yeah, actually, Assenbergers, I've done that quite often myself. In a nice grid pattern, you put out, you sandwich them between a lower deck and an upper deck, or walkable deck, and you have them a nice grid pattern, like a 2x2 square basically, or a 1x1. So you got a connector, then a gap, then a connector, then a gap, and so on. I do that quite often, and if I need a connector, I can find the nearest one. Just punch a hole through the decking and tap into it through there. So yeah, I do that quite often myself. I haven't actually bothered doing it in this particular game, but I do find it quite useful. I actually find it really useful on ships, especially when I'm building large ships. I've got a couple of ships in in development and experimentation phase at the moment. A gigantic UFO style ship. It's a big circular thing. It's like over 6 million kilograms or 6,000 tons. Flies really quite well, believe it or not. I've even taken it down onto a planet and taken it back up into space, so it's actually fully able to make atmospheric landings. But yes, I do the same with that. I've sandwiched connectors between, conveyor junctions in a grid between decks, so I can actually punch through the deck and throw a connector on it at any stage as is needed, and then take it out later and cover it back up. So yeah, it works really well. Yes, it does get that way sometimes, doesn't it? Having to dodge them, especially when you've got a lot of them. But hey, that's the fun of it. Anyway, I do thank you for dropping by, and the chat has been great. I hope you've enjoyed watching me and hearing me ramble on anyway. But that's it for this particular stream today. I only streamed for an hour on this particular game. So I do thank you for dropping by, and I hope you will come back another time. I do this 6 days a week, so same time tomorrow I shall be back streaming this same game. So at this stage, thank you for popping by. Happy engineering, and I shall talk to you again another time.